Oops.
That's right. So, what do you want to know?
When you're approached by just regular people who aren't famous types, do they react to you as a character or as yourself, and how do you react towards that?
I think some people talk to you as your character because they want to know what's going to. Most of them really call you by your name. A lot of people read the magazines and the soap magazines, so they sort of follow your personal life too in the magazines. So they can.
But if they don't, and they call you by whatever they want to call you, it's like a clap on the back. I mean, any actor goes and does a show, it's something, they're basically being known as that character, so, it's no major personal point.
Have you had any impressions of Oshkosh and UW Oshkosh today?
Well, we're breathing really well.
Yeah. We're ready to go to the
smog.
You want to go to the football game?
My eyes are watering because the air is so clear.
That's right.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. We flew in and it's incredible. We're not used to seeing so many trees and so much grass.
I grew up in the Midwest, and I'm like remembering it's all these beautiful, maple trees and the fresh air, and like when fall really is fall.
Yeah, it's nice. It's not 100 degrees every day of the year.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun? I guess the schedule is about 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on a daily basis. What do you do for fun when you get off the set, or do you interact as a cast much?
I think we see each other so much at work, and then after work we usually go home and study for the next day. But we have days off during the week. If you don't see us on for a day, that means we were off that day from work.
We're all playing around.
Yeah. So we usually run errands and just get everything done.
Yeah, because we work during the day, and when you normally think, oh, I've got to go to the post office, or I have to return that book to the library, or go grocery shopping, or fix that thing in the car, or whatever, we have to get that done at the weirdest times, trying to take care of business, because we're stuck in the studio all day. So a lot of times, days off are not exactly day off.
We're sort of finished when we're finished. It could be 6, it could be 10 at night. I mean, one day we worked on a Sunday when we did the shipwreck, and we worked from 5:30 in the morning till 1:30. Monday morning, which was just almost 24 hours. That was quite a day.
Tell us a little bit about, obviously it's a flaming type thing, on and off, on screen. What is your relationship together like off screen?
No, Matt and I, we're both married. I mean, my husband Scott's here actually, and Matt's married, but we're really good friends. Actually, Matt and Scott love each other. They have a really good relationship.
We're very close.
Yeah, we're all nice friends. We all get along really well, and Matt and I get along really well, also, which makes it easy to work.
Spouses ever say to you, geez, that particular scene was a little steamy, we should...
My husband's much younger than Restless, so he has to kiss his little girl every day. He kisses more than we've ever kissed in 2 years.
It's a whole different thing.
Every day, yeah. So I don't get any of that from him.
Hey, he's starting to make me a little uptight.
Over the next few years, what do you plan to see yourself doing? I mean, are you planning to stay on the show, or go into movies, or whatever?
Next few years, meaning like 2?
Yeah.
We'll probably be sticking around the show.
Yeah.
See, and but it's hard to tell where the characters will be.
Hopefully, I hope that they let us go back to sort of the relationship that we used to have. Sometimes on our show, when you get married, they tend to not know what to do with you after you're married. So hopefully they'll go back to the style that I liked when we did all the banter and the funny stuff. I mean, that was great, and I think everyone enjoyed that, and I hope we can go back to doing that, and they don't make us just, really, really romantic. We just sort of want to be a different kind of couple. If they can
be these two people who got married. What happened?
Yeah, and see what happens. Yeah, what happened.
It's happening and married, yeah.
And I hope they do that sort of our relationship, that part of our relationship. That would be fun.
Are people in the soap business, are they, in general, real avid soap fans? Like on lunch break, do they tune into another channel, watch the soap?
We watch all the other shows. Well, it's funny because you get to meet a lot of people when you do the award shows. You meet a lot of people from different shows. So it's fun to turn them on and see them on their show and see what they're doing. A lot of the stories are sort of the same. Not the same, but same sort of drama. Okay,
they're the same.
Different people. But it's fun to watch them because you get to meet a lot of people from the other shows.
Also, you're waiting to shoot your own show. It takes so long. You're sitting there waiting, and sometimes you can punch over to another channel and you can see what the other shows are doing at the same time, or you're waiting in the afternoon to get to your scene.
Do you like your character? Do you like your character?
Yeah.
Why?
For me, I like characters that I don't know what Jack or Jennifer or what they're going to do next. It's not mapped out, and I don't think anyone can tell, and that's exciting to me because I think pretty much as far as characters go, a lot of times you can look at a character and go, oh, well, this is what they'll do.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's even working there for as long as we both have and doing our whole story. When another script comes in our room for the next week or whatever, I mean, I go through it right away, to see what's going to happen. So it's nice that it's still exciting, that part of it. But it's funny because they can change your character. Sometimes they change it with what maybe you don't want to do, and you still have to go along with that, and that's hard. Because you get letters from people going, I can't believe you did that. But it's really something that you're being made to do.
When you get letters like that, do you personally write back, or do you have someone?
They never leave names or addresses.
The ones that are really, I mean, like...
The ones that are really mean, they never leave their names. Or addresses.
Write down and die, die monster, die. Those
I'm talking about not those type of letters. I'm talking about, the nice compliments.
Oh, the nice letters? Oh, yeah, we answer those. Yeah, definitely.
How much input do you have with your writers to what goes on with your characters?
They watch what we do and then they comment on it.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of...
We
could say...
If we go up and talk to them and start telling them what we want, it gets really kind of hairy because they say, hey, we're the writers. But if over a period of time you create a relationship with them where they don't feel threatened and they feel excited about what you have to offer, they may be interested. Like our head writer now is very confident in who he is and what he does, and if he doesn't want to listen to us, he doesn't have to. But he's not like, he doesn't feel threatened by the actors. So I feel like we could talk if we wanted to, but more importantly than that, we go on camera and do our scenes and they watch and go, I had no idea. I never thought of playing the scene the way that way. I mean, they wrote it with one thing in mind, and we showed them a different thing, but that's acting.
When did you first realize you wanted to be an actor? Did it just pop up one day, or did you?
I wanted to be a dancer, so I was taking dancing lessons in New York, and then I started doing commercials and that sort of thing. And then I took class at Lee's shows for a while. And then moved to California and started working on the show. Did Santa Barbara for a year. But I didn't know that that's what I wanted to be until I started taking the classes to make sure that that's what I wanted to do.
What would a typical day at work be like for you? I mean, most people go to work and they sit at a desk all day, and we get to go and see different people. But
Jack just sit at different desks.
Really uncomfortable clothes and high heels.
That's right.
A pound of makeup.
I don't mind wearing high heels at all. I like that. And we get to play, like we said, we get to play lots of fun characters. And in a sense, for actors, you get, if it's in the right frame of mind, you never grow up. You get to just play.
We're lucky though, because we don't have to do a lot of. Well, we do have a lot of emotional stuff that we have to do, but a lot of our stuff gets to be fun and light. And when you have to study that many pages at night of lines, it's easier to study it when it's light and comedy and that sort of stuff instead of crying all day at work.
Crying day, the difficult thing, because the nature of so many soaps is crying, but if you cry and and never do anything about it, it really starts to wear you down. I mean, you think, why don't I just go over and tell them? Why don't I just go over and punch them out?
About the rape. Well, they finally let me that went on forever. I had to just stand in a corner and cry every day, and I thought, why don't I just tell him? And they said, no, you can't tell him yet.
Yeah, that's what is difficult, but it seems like when we're doing some of the other stuff, we're taking much more action, which is much more interesting to us and possibly much more interesting to people.